Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate it. Back in 2017, I was sitting in the house and was dealing with some things for my family. My daughters were going through some things. My family was going through some things. I remember a buddy of mine, I sat back in my chair. My oldest daughter, at the time, she wasn't speaking to me either. And kind of broke my heart. So I remember I was sitting there kind of in a weird place, and a friend of mine called me up and said, "Hey, did you hear about Tom Petty?" I said, "No. What about him?" He said he passed away. And I said, "What?" I was a huge Tom Petty fan, y'all. So that broke my heart. I sat back in my chair. I hung the phone up and kind of took a deep breath for a second. Then I sat back up in my chair. Y'all remember those bracelets that said, "What would Jesus do?"
Yeah.
I sat up and said, "What would Tom Petty do about this?" And I said, he'd write a song about it. So that's what I did. And go figure, a few years later, one of my good friends is the drummer for the Heartbreakers. And so when we went in the studio to record this album, I asked him if he'd play on it, and he said yes. So go figure, some pretty awesome things happened. My daughter is now talking to me again all these years later, and having my drummer buddy that is the Heartbreakers drummer on the record is not the coolest thing that's on the record, to be honest with you, because my oldest daughter, Savannah, sings the duet with me on this song. So here's a song that I wrote for the new record called Pretty Wild Thing. I hope you like it.